Previously on the amazing, incredible, professional adventures of G.A.M.M.A.
I am going to attempt to drain the moisture from as many of them as is practical.
Oh, okay. You make your mind go serene and blank as if you were on the set of a really interesting art house film.
I'm gonna try to shoot the giant head.
The barrel of bricks falls forwards. The mummy gets its foot caught in the rope, and the barrel is heavier than the mummy. The sistrum shakes and makes a very strange noise, and you feel an energy surrounding you. You look down and watch as the mummy starts to shake. You find that your skin has now gone a sort of horrible brownish mummified color.
I'm definitely like camera ready for a lot of horror stuff, so that's gonna like really open my range.
New kind of alien, mummies.
New kind of alien?
Yeah, they got big old heads, kind of like, well, you know, like that.
It looks like on the satellite imagery there is an O.M.E.N base nearby. They've been mobilizing for some reason. Did you go over there and try and figure out what's going on?
Shoot first, ask questions never. It's time for another exciting episode of G.A.M.M.A.
So we, I guess, start walking to Cairo, it sounds like, is our plan.
The three of you are now in Cairo, and you move towards, under cover of darkness, the nearby O.M.E.N base. And you can see like bright floodlights around this place. It looks like a massive hive of activity right now. You see missile turrets, gun emplacements, and a heck of a lot of firepower. It looks like they're getting ready for something.
I guess I shouldn't stay dressed like a mummy.
How big is Thad's head now? Is it bigger?
Is it getting smaller as he's not touching the thing? Yeah.
No, it's about the same size. It's very it's slightly bulbous at the top.
Can we fix this? Can we?
I don't think you can.
He's gonna...
He'll have to like absorb a human to go back to where he is, like more human.
Oh, there are those here. This is a city of millions of people. I'm tallying up the sort of rough objective cost of all of the material and resources being marshaled in order to provide a reasonable assessment of what a counterforce should cost.
Mm-hmm. And what is your assessment?
Oh, it's expensive. Like, I mean, I'm just running this down to sort of make sure that we're able to properly, if we need to give a report and properly match this force. So essentially writing notes of what is actually happening, what they've got. So tanks, missiles, lights. Obviously a bunch of people to do that.
Yep.
So you say that my head is larger and it's kind of like got like a bulbous like top?
Yeah, it's got a bit of like squish to it. Like it's almost as if like you've got a small boob for a head.
Is it?
Trust me, he already looks like that.
Okay, so what is it like moldable?
Why not? It's slightly squishy.
Because what I want to do.
Because you want us to ever end this show and not have
because
Joel shape his head?
I want to do is I want to kind of mold my head into somewhat of a cone. Looking similar to Dan Aykroyd from the Coneheads. And I want to act like I am an alien ambassador to Earth from the Conehead world. and that I am there. I've heard how great O.M.E.N is, and I would love a tour of their base as an alien-friendly ambassador because we sense that there's a threat coming and we want to team up with the best, and so that's what I want to try to get into character with that.
We're going to die in the streets of Cairo.
I got a 10.
I'm going to say that you mold your head into not necessarily a fully formed cone, but it's kind of a cone, but it's a bit flaccid at the end.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I think you get away with it at a distance.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna go walk up to the front door.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this Conehead voice.
What is the? I'm trying to remember how they sound. I think they talked really weird like this.
Yes, kind of.
Consume mass quantities.
Yes, perfect.
Greetings, O.M.E.N. I am Yarl Conehead. I know that my cone is not as well shaped here, but your Earth gravity has made it floppy and weird. Anyways, I'm here to check your facilities and make sure that y'all are valuable allies in our fight against the Squareheads, a race of aliens that are gonna kill us and you if we don't.
Roll for
Team up.
Roll for persuasion.
I got an 8.
The 2 O.M.E.N guards immediately grab you and put you in handcuffs.
And then I look far past the light and the general area of my teammates, and I give them a knowing wink like I got this as I get carted away.
An almost predictable waste of resources.
You get taken into a small tent near the side of the facility. In walks a man dressed in a full O.M.E.N outfit, and he then immediately punches you. And he punches you for 2 health. And you're sitting on this chair. And he goes, "Who are you and where are you from?"
I'm Yarl Conehead from the Coneheadia planet, and I've come to make sure that y'all want to work with. I want to work with you.
Roll for persuasion again.
I got a 4.
You fail so miserably at convincing him that you are a Conehead that he believes that you are of so little threat that you can't possibly be a G.A.M.M.A agent. And he just sort of leaves you tied to the chair.
This is my plan all along.
Meanwhile, outside, Rose and Millard, what are you doing?
Millard is attempting to make it rain or give us a weather cover of fog or rain for us to be able to move in, and that was a 25 on focus.
Damn.
So I just want to make it raining hard over the base.
Okay, you raise your hands up and you summon a massive storm over the base. Can you roll for luck for me?
No. No, thank you.
Okay.
That's a 2.
No lucky lightning bolts strike any of the power sources in the base, so the base is still fully operational. But people are walking out into the middle of this sort of deserty area, and they're looking up and being like, "What the hell? Why is it raining?"
That's what we're looking for. Rose, we have a plan to get inside.
Let's get in and try to cut the power. And try to find Thad.
It would have been lucky for me to have done that with the thunderstorm, but I guess it's, demons and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair.
Can you both roll for agility?
Ugh.
Okay.
Sort of?
Sort of. Not really.
9 and 11.
9 and an 11. I'm going to say that the 2 of you get up towards the base, and one of the O.M.E.N agents, standing nearby a missile, turns around and he sees both of you. But because you guys have the element of surprise, you get to do something before he calls out, hopefully.
This feels like a shooting a guy in the face situation, don't you agree, Rose?
Yeah, let's do it. I turn my nanomachine gun into a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully with some sort of decent silencing mechanism on it.
Mm-hmm. I'll say that's fine.
Perhaps I can time it with a thunderclap.
Okay.
I got a 10.
I'm going to say that you shoot the gun and you manage to hit the guy and he falls to the floor, but the silencer isn't that silent. It's not a very good silencer. And 2 guys hear the shot and they notice the guy on the floor, and they go up running towards the guy. They haven't seen you, but they've gone up to sort of stand next to the guy. They're trying to pick him up and see what's wrong with him.
Let's try to run in.
Okay.
While no one's looking at us.
That seems like it opens up a breach in the perimeter.
Mm-hmm. Roll for agility again.
Ooh, 19.
Whoo! 4.
All right.
Look, the Fun Bunch comes on your show to do 2 things. It's roll low and chew bubblegum, and it's bad podcasting etiquette to chew bubblegum, so we roll low.
All right. I'm going to say that, Rose, you make it across the facility. You hide behind a bunch of different missiles, and you duck and dodge and weave, and you make it to the power station that they've sort of created, a makeshift power station there. Meanwhile, I'm going to say, Millard, you are walking as quickly as you can across the middle of this space, and you are cornered by a bunch of O.M.E.N agents, and they also slap a pair of handcuffs on you, and they take you to the same tent that Thad is currently in.
Okay. So what? How many people? What's? So this is just a tent. What's in it? Is it just kind of like this is just where they put like it's like a makeshift holding tent?
Yeah. So they weren't expecting to have any like people trying to break into this place. It's like they've only just set this place up. It's been quite hastily made.
And then how many people brought him in?
I'd say that there were about 3 of them.
3 of them. All right. Well, I don't like those odds. But we do need 3 costumes. And so, as I see them bringing in Millard, I was like, "Oh, you brought in this piece of shit. I'm not gonna fucking be here with some round head motherfucker. You come over here. You tell that to my fucking face, you roundies." As I'm just screaming at the guards, trying to antagonize them and get them close to me.
Okay, I'm gonna say roll for luck.
I got a 14.
Okay, the guards take your bait. And they come up to you, and they leave Millard just sort of standing there.
Okay, great. I want to immediately try to, because I'm still handcuffed, right?
Yep.
Are my handcuffs attached or anything, or am I just like handcuffed
You're
and
just
sitting?
handcuffed with them sort of behind a chair, so you could like get off the chair if you needed to, but it would just take a little bit of like jiggery pokery.
I am going to kick myself. Like I'm going to start telling, like once they start walking forward, be like, "I don't want your round, dirty fucking heads touching me." I'm going to try to kick at them, and I'm going to knock myself back in the chair. And what I'm trying to do is I want to like I'm hoping to like break the chair or snap my thumbs when I fall, so I can get my fingers get a hand out of the handcuffs.
Okay.
I don't know if that's lucky or agility.
I'd say that's luck, and we'll see which one of those happens based on that.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Your thumbs are broken.
No.
Wait, that was the bad one.
That was the bad one. You are lucky. You break the chair, and you are now lying on the floor with your hand still cuffed, but now Millard and you are standing there, and these 3 guys are slightly shocked by what you've just done. So you have a moment of surprise. Millard, what do you want to do?
Well, I want to know who wants to drink from the fire hose, and Millard just opens his mouth wide and sprays a fire hose of water across the room, like just sprays across the room. Focus 20.
Okay, I'm going to say the guards turn round, and one of them has a thermometer on them to measure magical skill, and they turn it on you, and it crackles like hell, and before they realize it, the 3 of them go flying out the side of the tent, and they fly for quite some distance, and they all hit a missile, and the missile makes a clinking sound. Please roll for luck.
Oh, hey, look at me go.
Natural
20.
I'm going to let you decide whether or not you want the missile to explode.
Golly.
Because that could be both luck and unluck, depending on what you want to do.
If O.M.E.N resources are depleted performing some kind of recovery action, that is fewer resources that G.A.M.M.A may have to spend in order to recover the same or similar objects. So I feel like the net benefit really is on it blowing up.
All right, I'm going to say that you hear it clicking slightly, and then the missile explodes. And because you got a critical, the missile exploding causes a chain reaction, which blows up another 5 missiles, and causes everyone in the base to go on high alert and run out towards the missile explosions.
We're sorry for anyone whose characters who maybe named 4 people who live in this station for your losses.
I'm going to say, Rose, that gives you the perfect distraction to do something if you want to do something.
What was the specific intel we're supposed to be looking for?
You just need to know what these guys are doing here.
I forgot about that.
We've
supposed to be
experienced
covered-
a
okay.
wild amount of mission creep.
I'm gonna look for any kind of office, anywhere with filing cabinets, any kind of like.
Okay, so you are running around. Could you please roll for observation?
Yes. Ooh, natural 20.
You
plus
guys are
2.
doing really well right now. I'm genuinely impressed.
Ooh, not for long. Not for long.
So you find the central headquarters to this place. There are 2 scientists sitting at desks in the room, but all the guards have gone out to investigate the explosions. What do you want to do?
Can I try to run in and persuade them to leave without firing my gun?
Absolutely.
Can I just run in and like scream like, there was an explosion, you guys need to get out, get out.
Yep, go for it.
19.
All right, you run in and you yell that, and because of the chaos that's going on outside, they immediately believe you. They don't even...
Sure thing, random lady.
They don't notice the Gamma logo on your shirt, and they just sort of run past you, and the room is now empty.
I'm like, what are you doing here? Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then I immediately calm down and start looking.
So you are now alone in this room. In front of you, you can see tracking stations that seem to be tracking the origin of what looks like a set of red dots moving towards Cairo.
I take pictures with my phone of everything. Would I have like a flash drive I could steal information on, or is there anything I can grab
Yeah.
to take with me? I don't want to stay in here for too long.
Absolutely. So I'd say that your weapon, what's your weapon's name again?
The MK5 Tactical Nanomachine Liberator, nicknamed Libby.
So I'd say Libby also doubles as a memory stick.
Nice. I like press a little button, it just turns into like a normal flash
Yep.
drive. Plug it in into the USB slot in this huge technical marvel. There's a little USB slot.
Yep. You slide that into the computer and you start just copying files willy-nilly. You're just like dragging everything you can find on the computer onto the memory stick.
Perfect.
The download completes and you are now alone in this room. Do you want to go find the other two?
Yes. Is there any information? Are there like security cameras here where I could see where they are or anything like that, or should I just go looking for them?
I'm going to say that you are looking at these security cameras and you see Millard firing water out of his mouth at these three guards who are in the frame 1 second and are no longer in the frame the next second. You see him and Thad just standing there and Millard just is wiping his mouth.
I'm gonna go run to find them.
Yeah, I guess can we try to help each other out of our handcuffs?
Sure. I'm going to say that you managed to do it. You sort of like grab some keys from off the nearby like shelves and stuff. And you then...
Oh, you were about to say guard and then realized we'd blown
Yeah,
them
I realized
up?
you blew them all up. So I'm going to say they're on the shelves.
Thanks for that.
I know that this place is like relatively new, and I'm assuming that there would be like some like. Is there any kind of like spray paint or anything around for like marking things or like drawing lines? Because I really just what I want to do is I do realize that we're supposed to be like very covert here, and we might not necessarily want them to know that 3 Gamma agents blew up half their base.
Yeah.
So I want to start. If I can find some spray paint, I want to spray paint death to Roundheads.
All right. I'm going to say that you both run from this room and you find like the sort of storage facility like across from this sort of holding space. And there is a bunch of like spray paint in there. There's a bunch of different like scientific equipment, just loads of stuff that they brought on site.
Great. So I got an 18.
Okay.
And I tell, and as I'm spray painting this masterpiece, I'm like, I once smoked weed with Banksy.
They're going to be really confused and think you're talking about the English Civil War. You know that, right?
I don't know shit about what you're talking about.
Okay, it's not
Fine,
important.
here, and then I draw like a Conehead symbol that doesn't really look like anything because only I understand that I'm trying to be a Conehead, and no one else really picked up on it.
So it's like some sort of alien signal of some sort.
Yeah, but I definitely, and then, so I do that. I spray paint. But like I said, I got an 18 on creativity, so it looks fucking good. Like my lettering is fucking choice.
No, it's as a Cavalier's lettering should be.
Yeah, it looks really good. Very confusing message, just because no one really knows that this is a thing.
Yep.
No, they're gonna think you don't really support the English Parliament, which that's its own whole thing.
I mean, does anyone nowadays? But
Hey.
Like, why did he do this in Egypt?
And like several hundred years too late.
who is this guy? What is this? Bring in Dr. Smedley. He needs to come in. We don't know what this is.
There's a new threat.
Some kind of penis-y symbol next to it?
I don't
Like
get
a
it.
cone? Like it's long? I don't know. It's floppy at the top, which is weird.
I'm going to say Rose finds you guys after sort of looking in the other tent and comes across and finds you. And now the three of you are like looking at this amazing looking mural that's been painted on the inside of this tent. You are now all together and you hear an alarm go off outside.
Oh, we got caught again.
No, you don't get caught again. You're all right now. You see a bunch of O.M.E.N agents running past outside as well. And then you start to hear gunfire.
Did we go what we came here for?
I nod. I was like, yeah, I got the information. Do we want to see what's going on here? Just cut and
Yeah,
run.
we can see it on the way out, though.
Yeah, can
let's
I
go.
also have retroactively grabbed, since we're in the supply room, was there any O.M.E.N outfits that I could have grabbed for the three of us?
I'm going to say roll for luck.
I got a 22.
Jesus Christ, yeah, there's 3 outfits and they're perfect sized for all of you.
Nice.
I did a little bit of wardrobing back in the day, so I'm really good about eyeballing sizes, and so it's a fun party trick I'll do. I'll go tell people, I'll guess people's measurements, I've stopped guessing bra sizes because it is just creepy and not charming.
But he's accurate to
Yeah, I'm very accurate,
to a
and
letter.
that's what's very very unsettling for most people I talk to.
So you size them up and you give them each their outfits. I guess you're all putting them on?
Yeah.
Or-
Well, we don't have to put them on right now, but I'm saying, like, if we want to blend in and stuff like that, and then also I might need to, I guess, absorb an essence of a human or something like that, because, like, my pores are just so fucking dry right now with all this alien mummy skin.
Yeah, let's change into these. That does seem like it'll be simpler if we got a quick minute there.
Okay. So you all change into these O.M.E.N outfits. You are now basically O.M.E.N agents. You look like O.M.E.N agents, but I guess slightly more competent and well-trained.
So it would seem.
The three of you walk out of the building and you look up into the night sky and you can see anti-aircraft fire firing up into the night sky. And the lightning from the storm that Millard created lights up the sky, and you can see hundreds of little black things in the sky, like dodging and weaving and being hit by these anti-aircraft flak cannon firings.
Hey, do you guys remember the mural from the tomb?
Yes.
You remember the big-headed guy? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thad, will you wave this at the bat people?
Yeah, I grabbed the I can't remember, what the fuck is the
Sistrum.
I grab the sistrum, and I just start to
You shake it.
I start to shake it, and I'm trying to, like, channel in all of the energy I have in me of the actual alien mummy that I did absorb.
Yeah.
So what do you want to roll, a focus?
I would say, yeah, roll for focus.
Drawing on the memories of that mural.
I got a 3.
We're gonna die in O.M.E.N headquarters.
Yeah, you shake the sistrum. It just doesn't do very much. It seems to be somewhat broken for some reason. It looks like in the scuffle when the O.M.E.N agents grabbed you, they broke it slightly. So the little discs in the center that, like, shake, they no longer seem to be shaking quite as well as they used to.
Aw, shit, y'all. We gotta go get this repaired. I don't know if we should do that before or after this whole sky thing.
We done broke our MacGuffin.
You have break your MacGuffin.
Thanks, Samantha. Midnight Musings will return at the same time tomorrow. The time is now 2:58, and you're listening to Richard White with the BBC. We move on now to our next segment this morning, investigating the quaint town of Marsh Haven. Let's hand over now to... we'll return to Marching in the Marsh after this short interruption. We have breaking news from Cairo, Egypt. We are getting reports of what appear to be drones currently hovering over Cairo. I have to stress these reports are unconfirmed. The military have not responded for comment at this particular time, but it does appear that we now have confirmation from Reuters that there are indeed drones, what appear to be unmanned drones, hovering over Cairo.
I'm assuming those are vampires based on what we've been told and all of the pictures we've seen.
Yep, your training definitely shows these are vampires up in the sky. You see thousands of them. You see larger ones and smaller ones, and they seem to be starting to move towards this O.M.E.N base.
Now, I'm not trying to say that I'm already walking away, but I have started to walk away, and I'm doing, like, the fun like 80s Hulk movie where I'm just, like, thumbs up and I'm, like, looking back at them, like, you know, I'm doing, like, a little fun stick, but I'm also evacuating immediately.
Okay, the rest of you following him?
I'm taking pictures of it
Okay.
with my phone, but we don't have any. We don't need to stay for this, right?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I feel like we can send all this info back to G.A.M.M.A headquarters and, like, let O.M.E.N take the brunt of this attack.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want them, you know, like, we don't hate O.M.E.N, I know that, but I also don't really give a fuck.
I mean, these are not our expenses, basically.
Yeah.
I
There's no line sheet you gotta give a fuck about right now, so I don't, like, let's walk away.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a quick tally of how many I think it is, and then yes, I will be joining our colleague on his departure.
Okay, the three of you walk away from the base. You see the vampire swarm descend upon the base. They are ripping apart lots and lots of bits of machinery. You see these giant ones come down and crash on top of these tanks. They blow them up and they rip them to pieces. You see gunfire firing in loads of different directions. It is a bloodbath down there. Both the people and the vampires are all dying in equal amounts. It's absolutely horrible. And we'll find out what happens to you guys next in the next episode of O.M.E.N. I'll see you next time. Bye. The O.M.E.N. podcast is powered by Ellipsis RPG, the accessible donationware rule set, now available on itch.io. If you like what you're hearing, please rate us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. You can tweet to us at the hashtag OMENcast, that's O-M-E-N cast, and who knows, you might get a special mention in one of the episodes from us. Thank you for listening, and remember, stay vigilant. You never know what's out there.
Hi there. The show you just listened to is a member of the Necropodicon Podcast Network. Head over to necropodicon.com to find tons of other shows you'll love. While you're there, check out the cast and crew profiles and fan art galleries.